Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Siobhan and I'm totally blind, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about
Stop recording video. Button.
Mental Health Awareness Week. Now, it started on Monday 10th and runs all the way to the 16th. So I wanted to really touch base and talk about mental health and how we can actually help each other. And this week's theme from the Mental Health Foundation is nature, and I think it's a really good one because obviously we've all been experiencing lockdown over the last year, and what with the pandemic, I thought it would be a really important one to talk about, as this subject is spoken about quite a lot in my personal life, but also where I work, and I'm really keen to be able to, well, share with you my journey and how I stay connected with nature and what I do to really kind of bring myself to be at peace and to think about mental health and how we can support each other and reach out to those organisations and charities and services to be able to provide support if we need it. Now, I find going out into nature a really good way to focus my mind and my attention on what's around me, and I feel that I'm connected because I have my senses. I'm not able to see, but I'm able to hear, I'm able to smell, I'm able to touch and taste, because nature is just all around us. We don't often think about it enough, I don't think, in, well, my personal opinion anyway. And I feel that over the last year I've really connected in the environment all around me. I noticed the first lockdown that I was able to really stand outside and appreciate the birds. Now, it was so quiet, it was so eerie, because obviously everyone was encouraged to stay at home and protect the NHS and save lives. There was no noise coming from cars or anything like that. So I was able to really tune in to the environment, to nature, to birds, to hear them in their own habitat. And that was a beautiful sound. And it enabled me to be able to reach out and just be at peace and think positive thoughts, be out in the air and just really experience that, and just take the time for me to be able to think about things that are positive and that really can help with my own mental health. Because over the last year we've all probably experienced a lot of change in many ways. Now, I can only speak for myself, of course, but I've experienced a lot of change. We've all had to do things very different, and now we're coming out of the other side into a new normal and how we can all move forward. So nature's really been a huge part of that for me, and obviously I have a guide dog, and I've been able to spend so much more time with him in his own environment, letting him have those free time to really run around, be a dog in the woods, in and around the lakes, and just be able to kind of sit and contemplate quite a lot of things. And nature for me is a place of peace and tranquility. I love to be able to sit and hear all of those birds and geese and swans splashing around on the lakes. They can be a good distance from me because I am a little bit terrified when they come too close, because I've had I've had negative experiences in previous years with geese and swans. But in their own environment it's beautiful, and to be able to listen to birds is just, it's just fantastic. And also what I really love is being able to find a place where I feel safe and secure, and I can kind of really get to grips with my thoughts and my feelings, and just sit there and think, what's around me? What can I hear? What can I smell? What can I touch? And isn't that a great thing, to be able to think about those things rather than think about what may be worrying you, or it may be stressful, or that may be not quite in your control. But actually in that moment when you're sitting there thinking about what's around you, that's in the moment, that's what you can control. Those things, that time for you to be able to sit with your own thoughts and mind, is crucial for anyone's well-being and mental health, and allowing yourself that time to connect. Now, I'm a big one for nature. I try and get out every day. Now, during the week of Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm actually really pushing myself to get out and just do nothing other than a block walk. So I've got that time to think and kind of contemplate loads of different things, but positive things that I can control. You know, maybe positive affirmations, quotes that inspire you to be able to do things. And actually, when you stop and think, I can do this, and when you tell yourself you can do it, actually it becomes easier to do it. And it might sound silly at first when you're repeating these positive affirmations in your mind, saying, you're great, you can achieve it. You're great, you can achieve it. And actually say it to yourself now. Go on. You're great, you can achieve it. And actually putting it out into the universe and hearing yourself say those words, you then start to really believe that you are great and you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. And it's so important to believe in yourself, have that self-confidence. Now, it doesn't come easy, because I've struggled with confidence all my life actually, and it's only now I'm really beginning to feel confident in certain situations. Now, there are still going to be times where you think, oh, I'm not as confident as I should be, but don't judge yourself on other people's confidences. We all have levels of confidence that we can cope with. We are all different, we are all unique, we're not all good at the same things, and that's fine. I'm not good at, maths necessarily, but I know lots of people are, and that's where we can share tools and information and get support from each other, and that's what's good about it. So it's really not focusing on what you can't achieve, it's actually really sitting down in nature, maybe find a park bench, somewhere that you feel confident and safe and comfortable, and actually go through things that you may be struggling with, and actually think, what are the positives that I can bring from this? How can I have this problem but share it? I always think a problem shared is a problem halved, and that's really true, and that's helped me so much over the last year, is actually sharing your problems with someone you trust and know, and that it can really, really benefit you. Just talking it through, and actually talking to someone might help you with solutions, because it's not about having problems, it's about solutions and how we can all deal with those. Now, obviously there's going to be lots of things that we're not able to control, but again, that's okay, because we can't control everything in life. We can't control the weather, that's for sure. I wish we could. I wish we could have lovely, warm, sunny days every day, so we can be out in nature, and having that sun on your face really does make a difference. And that's another thing that I've noticed. Now the warmer weather is coming, I feel a lot happier. I feel so much more alive, because the sun is out and I can feel it beating down on my face, and it makes me feel like I want to get out and I want to go and do all these things in nature, and just feel that I can achieve something. Now, when it's the darker days and when it's winter and it's cold and wet, it doesn't inspire you much, but that still doesn't mean that you can't concentrate on your own mind and be in mindfulness, looking at different resources that can actually help you. Reading has really enabled me to be able to switch off from everyday life and struggles and stresses and work and worries. It really does enable me to be able to immerse myself into the story. Now, I love that. I love being able to put myself somewhere other than reality, and that's a good thing. So that works for me. It might not work for you, but find something that you enjoy, that you can take your mind off something that you're potentially struggling with, and just stand and just think about those things that you can hear, those things that you can smell. If you can see those things that are around you, and really kind of focus on that, because in that moment you are focusing on something other than the things you potentially are worrying about. And give yourself time, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, because that's another area that I've struggled with so much, is the expectation is only what I put on myself. And I find that that is really true. Now, you can be anything you want to be. You really, really can. Okay, I'm not going to be a brain surgeon, but that's my only limitation. The sight, obviously, having no sight is my only limitation. I feel that I can achieve anything because I have that mindset. And it's just giving yourself those thoughts that, okay, there are certain things I can't do because there are barriers, like the fact that I can't see, but yet my vision is so much more than the ability of physically being able to see, if that makes any sense at all. So during this week of Mental Health Awareness Week, what do you find that you go to nature for? What are your most brilliant feelings of enjoyment when you're amongst nature? Now, I've done a few videos on being out in nature and what it means to you, is because I really do want people to stop and think about nature and how it really has come into our lives, definitely over the last year, because we've been able to kind of maybe appreciate it more than we probably ever did do. And that's definitely certain in my case, that although I love to walk and be out and about, I never really stopped in nature and thought, what's around me? Stop and listen. What can I hear? What can I smell? What can I touch? In all those sorts of things that really are heightened when you stop and think about it. You know, in your subconsciousness, you might know that these things are around you, but actually really, really taking it in is another level altogether. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you're doing during this week of Mental Health Awareness Week, and how you're really connecting with nature. And are you looking forward to those days where you can meet up with people and maybe go out for those nature walks, or do those sorts of things as a family or as a group of friends? That's what I'm looking forward to. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Share the love, be kind to yourself, be true to yourself, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care.